Hi, I'm Amanda, and I am actually coming to you virtually from Atlanta. And I'm excited to deliver the special message to you today. With everything that's going on in the world, it's quite, surprising to see, all of the panic and all of the things that are going on, and even with the industry, that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight. How we're able to help so many people with so many different parts of their life with what it is that we do, and with everyone working so hard and losing some of their life savings, that also means that people aren't going to be able to retire like they had planned. People aren't going to be able to afford some of the vacations or the things that they had planned later on this year. So with everything just like a flip of a switch, changing the future and the outcome of what we may have had planned, I hope that you can see this as maybe an opportunity for yourself to do two things. And first of all, I would say the one thing is to look at this as a business aspect. Put on your business hat, and if you're working a regular job during the day, think about, it might be time to maybe have something else on the side, because you just never know what's going to happen, and we are in the era of the entrepreneur right now. So think about it that side. And then the second thing I would say is look at how what you're doing currently, if you could make it better, or if you could do something different to, you haven't even explored what those options are. Think of it on that part too. If you're already doing something for your financial future, what if you could do something better? And what if we can help and show you how to do that? So with those two things in mind, one of the things that I would like to share with you is, who I am, and why I'm sharing this message first and foremost. And, I have been in business for many years, and not in this industry, of course. But that's the beauty of this, is I didn't start in the financial services industry. I was in the health and fitness industry, and I had, a gym. I had a couple gyms, and with that, there comes like the overhead and the expenses and the time, and I didn't realize that while I was going through my business journey, that I would even have considered doing something different. That's what I've been good at. That's what I've done for so long. That's where I thought I would always be. But sometimes opportunity knocks on the door, and we just don't really know where that's going to take us unless we look at it with an open heart and an open mind. And when I had sat down, just like what somebody has done for me, I'm giving back now. But somebody sat down with me and helped me get my financial house in order. And this was when I had my business. And at that time, I just thought everybody should know these things. Not only that, all the people who I know and the people I care about, they need to know these things too. Like, this is something that we should have been taught in school, coming right out of high school. I wish I would have known all these things before I started having, business and family, a job. But sometimes those just aren't what our priorities are. So when I sat down, when somebody took the time to sit down with me, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I need to share this message with everyone around me. And that's where this business transpired into, at first I thought, there's no way I can do this. There's no way that I'm going to be able to talk to people about money and finances and things. But at the beginning, all I did was sit there and learn. I let somebody else take the wheel. And that's how I learned how to do, this business, and to be able to help so many people along the way. And I would always, let you know that, just because you're used to doing something else doesn't mean that we're asking anyone to quit doing what they're doing. There's no way I could have even started in this business if I wasn't able to do it online. At the time, I was a full-time mom. I had, many hats to wear. I was, running a business, teaching classes, had, several people, that I had to nurture and take care of. And if I would not have been able to do this online and have a team helping me, there's no way I would have been able to transition from owning my business into having two businesses and being able to step away and be able to run this full time. So with that being said, always think about, sometimes we don't have to stop what we're doing, but if we have the right opportunity and the right team and the right people to help us, even better. So I started off as a client. That's where, it just opened up my mind and my eyes of what it is that this can do for others. And what I'm going to share with you, like I said, this is something that not only has changed, my financial mindset and my habits and strategies and everything, but it's also, allowed me to meet some amazing people, and change, the people I network with and that are able to help me, in my business as well. So because I moved over here to Atlanta from Arizona, it allows me to position myself to be able to work with the man himself within our company, which our company is called Hedgeman Group International. So Hedgeman is actually Greek for dominance. So, the CEO of the company that I'm going to share with you a little bit of his story in just a second. He believes in dominating, and I absolutely love that. Mindset is whenever we come into this industry, we're here to dominate. We're here to take over. And Hubert Humphrey is the man who has taken the time to sit down one-on-one in small groups and teach me and show me and share with me, all of the secrets that this man has been able to, learn along the way in his business, in his industry. So it's kind of like, if you know who Hubert Humphrey is, you know what a legend he is in the industry. But if you don't know who he is, it's kind of like if Steve Jobs were to come and knock on your door and say, hey, we're going to go build the next Apple. What are you going to say? I mean, you're going to go with him because you know what he has done, his track record, the success that has, happened within, what his industry and what he has done. So it's the same thing in this case. Hubert Humphrey, he started in, just like me, just like you, just like, everyday people. He was working in the railroad, and, the opportunity, was placed in front of him, and he took that opportunity. And over the past 40 years, he has become a legend and has built not just one, but $2 billion cap companies. And if anyone knows how hard it is to even build $1 million company, think about $1 billion company, not just one, but two. And those companies are still around today. So the system that he has been able to share with us and show with us is very important to me, because I feel like when he sits down and he teaches us and he mentors us, it's not because he has to, it's because he wants to. Because right now in his career, he does not have to do this company. He does not, need to spend the time to teach us, but he is such an amazing individual that he wants to share this opportunity for other people so that we can live the dreams and the experiences that we want to within our lifetime. And money's not everything, but I'm pretty sure you can agree with me that money does make a big difference whenever we need to care for our family, when we need to do things and necessities. Things would be a lot easier if we had more. And if we can give that back and help so many people along the way, that's the crusade we're on right now, is we're education based. We want to teach people, to empower them to make the decisions on their own so that they have control over their future. And they're not being told what to do, and they're not assuming that this is what we're supposed to do because this is what we were taught. So instead, we have been able to sit down with families, sit down with individuals, business owners, and everyone, and be able to educate first and foremost, to be able to help them make better decisions when it comes to their financial future as well. And with Hubert's company, HGI, one of the things that he has done is he has disrupted the industry, and he is now, putting together under one umbrella, which we're the only financial services company as of right now that has everything under one umbrella. So that has to do with, real estate products, stock market products, insurance products, and alternative investments. So that allows us to be able to provide the needs to be able to help people reach their goals, because everyone is different. And, we don't have just one option. We have the option of sitting down and filtering out those goals. And along the way, even as goals change and as life changes, we're able to help people along the way when those things are happening. So, one of the important things that we're seeing right now is, the stock market. Stock market is not doing so well. I remember being in business back in 2008 when the stock market had, went down during that time, the big, economic burst at that moment. And, now we're going through something, much bigger and very different. But, from the people who had lost their money back in 2008, 2009, one of the things we have to think about is, one thing is, how much money can we afford to lose? And then second thing is, when do we know when the stock market is going to go down? And is that going to be a time in our life when we're going to need the money that we have saved? So if you look at this little chart over here with the green line and the red line, this is really, the bread and butter of what it is that we're able to teach people how to do. And like I said, this is just a very short presentation that I'm going to share with you. We can go into detail and show you how to do these, teach you how to do this stuff. But if we just look at the green line compared to the red line, if we had our money in one of those, which one would you want it to be in? The green line? And everybody that would say that. And if we think about, for just a moment, and this might sound imaginary, this might sound majestical, but think about this. If you had the ability to put your money away somewhere where you could save it without paying taxes, you could pull it out without paying taxes, and you would not have the penalty if you were to pull it out early before age 59 and a half. Not only that, you can grow your money on the upside market returns, but whenever the market goes down, you don't lose any money. Like, you keep the money that you have in there. And how much more amazing would that be if you knew how to do that? Instead of having to, deal with the stock market going down, paying the taxes, you can't have access to your money unless, you're 59 and a half without paying taxes and penalties. And not only that is, if you had the option to be able to pull money out, for the rest of your life and not have to worry about outliving your money compared to your balance going down as you're pulling out money, what kind of quality of life would that be for you? How would that change, the things that you're doing now to be able to get, to that goal in the future and have a better quality of life? Okay. So I know some of this might be a little fuzzy, it might seem kind of hazy, but that's why I would love to take the opportunity of, either sitting down together or putting you together with one of our financial professionals that they can sit down and go through your goals and do a roadmap and see for yourself, what can you do? And the best part about that is you can do whatever you want to with that information. It's at no cost to you. This is education for you. These are concepts for you and tools and resources that you have the ability to use. And not only that, you can look at it as a business perspective. Is this something that you could do on the side to be able to create another source of income? Or part-time, income in this type of industry, could be just by helping 2 families a month. You could be making an extra $28,000 a year. And not only that, if you want to build a business out of this, if you want to learn how to run your own business and have a team and be able to put that in place, we can help you with that too. And, if you have an entire team, everyone's helping, a certain amount of people a month, it's not a ton of numbers. If you had 10 agents and they're all helping 1 family a week, that could be $360,000 a year just in your business without having an overhead, without having payroll, without having, all of those headaches that I have learned in the past with dealing with other businesses. And not only that is, the freedom that comes along with, what I've experienced is, we're home right now. My kids are out of school right now, and I could not do any other type of business, that I do right now being able to help people, teach people, and set up those financial roadmaps for individuals. And it really is fun and it's rewarding to be able to help so many people. So think about, some of the information that I shared with you. Think about if this is something that either, even if you think that everything is, peachy right now, you have everything in order. One of the things I would say is, but if you could make it better than what you're already doing, wouldn't you want to know that there's a way? And even if there's not a way, say if you're doing the very best, wouldn't you want somebody to come in and be able to tell you you're on track, you're doing a good job? We will be the first ones to tell you that you're doing a great job. Keep doing what you're doing. And if you ever need anything, you can always reach out to us. So we'll be following up with you, after you watch this to answer any questions, because I'm sure you're going to have, several questions, and we'll probably need to sit down and go over those one-on-one with you. And thank you so much for spending the time and watching this video. And we will be talking to you soon.